Hello, everyone. This is Gary. I just wanted to have kind of a follow up video to the first video, kind of tell you how I got caught in a situation, and I'm not going to render my opinion. I'll just leave it to you guys to determine what your own opinion is. But as I was looking for a way to sell my home myself, because I didn't want to pay for the repairs out of pocket. So I wanted to have somebody buy it as is, make a cash offer, and um, complete the transaction. And as I was looking for a way to uh, for sale by owner, I was looking for advice on that. I found this website, and I thought, sounds perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. So I filled this out, and you can see that it says INS Home Buyers is the name of this company, and it says you can sell your home for cash. Uh, Fill this out, and you'll get a cash offer. Move out when you're ready. Sell as is, and they're experts. 4 out of 5 stars. That's pretty easy to do if you delete bad reviews. I'm not saying they did that. I'm just saying it's easy to do. So I filled this out um, pretty shortly after filling it out, like literally within an hour probably. I got a call from Sky, and Sky walked me through filling out. I think it was a separate. After you fill this out, it goes to a second set of forms, and you fill out what you're asking for and what you owe on it. Some particulars about the address and if you're free and clear on the title, et cetera, et cetera. Um, and so after you get done with that, after you get done with that process, um, they send you to their manager, and then that manager sets up all the details. And you have a person named Maria. In my particular case, that was supposed to be my person that would be my point of contact. Um, they send you this thing to fill out and sign by DocuSign. So all of this happens on the very first day that you that you fill out the form. And it says, you know, as you can see, standard purchase and sale. List me as the seller and them as the buyer. That becomes important. Legal description. You can see the earnest money and due diligence is $20 total that they have into this so far. This is all pretty standard, right? Prorated, time of closing, assignment to third party, and this is kind of their bread and butter because they're actually looking to market this and have a third party and then transfer, you know, acting as your agent. They get the purchase price that they've listed and you get the cash price that you've asked for. They pay on the upside, they pay for the title research, they pay for the inspections, which there haven't been any to date. And they hire a woman on this next day to come out and film, walk the entire property, and I didn't know that it was going to be used to take stills from to put in front of potential buyers, or I would have made the place a lot more presentable. But that's neither here nor there. As you can see, all the appliances are included in the sale, and all my personal items are excluded. closing date is 60 days of the recording date of the notice of interest, which I'm assuming is this document. And here's the commerce title. So you can see that it says that we will close this transaction 60 working days from the date of this document. That comes out to be March the 19th. And that there may be a delay in closing. Seller is to maintain property in current condition. No trouble. There are no unrecorded liens, etc. And this is the bread and butter of the contract. If the buyer defaults under this contract, any and all monies deposited by buyers shall be sole remedy. So if they don't buy it, the sole remedy is the monies deposited by buyers. So the $20 that they have in it so far is all that you're allowed to pursue them on according to this contract. If the seller defaults, which is me, and I don't convey for whatever reason, the buyer pursues all remedies allowed by law and seller agrees to be responsible for all costs incurred by buyer as a result. Attorney's fees, title fees, earnest money, due diligence. And it says, after 3 attempts to terminate via phone or email, buyer will send out a termination notice by mail. And you can see, so basically, if I want out of the contract and I want to get out early, then all I'm allowed to repossess from them is $20. And if I default, they come back for all, whatever imaginary funds and fees that they can dream up. So, and this is where you sign away the rights for them to transfer it. It says it may assign to a third party. And I can't assign or novate this contract without the buyer's consent. And then it says about access. They haven't asked for access. In fact, so the due diligence period, which it's until the day of closing. So up until the supposed closing date, which was again is March 19th currently, as best as I can tell. They have the right to come in and do an inspection, and if it's deemed, as you can see, if it's deemed that the condition of the property is not acceptable, the buyer may cancel this contract. And then, possession place has to be empty. Additional terms, buyer will pay for policy and closing. Buyer agreed to purchase the property as is. And I have to provide a free and clear title, no issues. Business days do not include vacant, walkthrough, and they said this contract expired if not signed by that date, so it was. So, I made plans around this, and then I spent a couple of weeks. Of course, now this is all over the Christmas holidays, and I really didn't expect anybody to, be in there and be available. But sometime around January 3rd or 4th, I still haven't had any contact back from them after that initial flurry. I had a phone call with Maria, and she stated that INS home buyers never actually takes possession of the property. So, um, as it stands now, unless a buyer magically appears between now and March the 19th, I'm basically frozen from doing anything with my own property because I'm under the gun of this contract. Now, I could continue and just accept the penalties, but uh, going forward, I'm going to have to see, like in this next week, I want to know what their plans are and what their date is, and I'm going to request to officially get, in writing to get out of this. My feeling is that um, they portrayed themselves as being buyers. Everything about them said they were buyers, but uh, they rely on this uh, default clause to limit what you can do, and they intend to default going into the contract, and so uh, that's kind of where I'm at now. My son and his wife have moved out of the property, the other house that's on this property. So it's just me and over 5,000 square feet, and I'm waiting on this to resolve itself. The original builder of the house has expressed interest, um, but we're waiting to see what this contract looks like, and I will be checking back with him sometime during this week.